Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
All
It's weird.
right.
It tastes so good out of
Move
the
it
box.
on.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is now 2023, and you're joining us here for our New Year's show with Detect America. In the house, we have my main man, Frank, is drinking out of that stupid cup, Loper Gold.
It's so good out of that cup.
I wish
It's
the
sweet.
handle would break off and cut your thumb. Also in the house, Mr. Gold Digger himself, Ron the Ghetto. And special guest and friend to our show in his own realm by himself, where his partner sold him out. Kevin G. George in the house. Sup, my buddy?
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. It's been a while, huh?
You know what? And this is like, to me, this is like the perfect show for you to be on. High energy, 2023. Boom, baby.
Yep.
Boom, right in your face.
Got to start it out right off the bat doing 100 miles an hour, right?
So how did you bring in the new year, buddy? How
I
was
don't
it?
do 100 miles an hour for anybody.
No.
Actually, I'm getting old, so I was probably in bed before 11 o'clock. I didn't do nothing. I just hung out a little bit with the kids, had a drink with my oldest daughter, and then I was lazy. Yeah, that's all I did. I'm boring.
It was like 11 o'clock. It was like, I don't know. I was in bed by 11:30. I said, "You want to stay up?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Let's go to bed." And then, like in my town, there's all fireworks. Like my wife said, my neighbor was blowing off fireworks. There was an explosion over in Philly that everybody heard.
Wow.
I slept right through it.
Yeah. You know
I made it to midnight. I made it to midnight, and then I flipped on fireworks from around the world, thinking, "Wow, this is going to be awesome, dude." I was asleep in 10 seconds after that.
When I lived in Montana, in our hometown, it was like Normandy Beach on 4th of July. There was no law saying you couldn't fire off stuff. You couldn't even drive up and down the street because every household had a massive amount of fireworks out in the middle of the street. I mean, you were taking your life in your own hand, even driving through there. And then sometimes at midnight, all the neighbors were hunters, the guns would come out. So they would be shooting like shotguns in the air, and stuff like that. It's like, oh man,
that was on the news in Philly tonight. A lady got hit with a bullet coming down.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really? That doesn't happen often, but
I don't think it pierced her body. She said she found it in her shirt or something. I don't know.
Remember they always taught that in police academy. Somebody in Texas fired a shot and killed a guy 13 miles away.
But like my neighbor, I heard was shooting off fireworks, and I would have been, if I had heard, I might have been pissed. So,
yeah.
Ron, how'd you bring in the new year, Ron?
Well, there was, I think, about 7 or 8 of us, and we were at my brother-in-law's house in Virginia, and basically we just watched it on TV. And about I guess like 1 o'clock, I was in bed after the ball dropped.
Yeah, at least you stayed up till midnight. We didn't.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're hardcore, Ron.
I'm telling you, man.
We all crashed. But so Cage, you guys have been rocking it. It's good that you and Tim are still doing shows. Tim didn't show up tonight, so I think it's, our philosophy here. If you don't show up, you are
You're the target.
You're the man with the bullseye on his chest then. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Bullseye. And what happened? We can't find him. He's MIA.
Well, he's into all these bowl games, and he's into like birding. He has gotten so soft that I'm kind of thinking about trading him in for a new partner.
Listen, me and you have the same bane. We've been carrying our partners for years and years, and they get heavy. They get heavy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just, in case anybody was wondering what I was watching, if you go onto YouTube Tim has a lovely new birding video out, and this is the third time I've been watching it. I'm addicted to the screen. I mean,
Is it called I Like Birds? I Like Birds, Big and Small?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bird man. I mean, it's kind of sad that the road he went down. You know, I mean, I'd almost rather see him drunk, pass out on a street corner than running around with a big camera on. And
I know. At least you can justify that, right?
Yeah. I said, "Man, we had a good run, Ringy. Look at him. He's down there, sleeping down there in a beat up old suitcase, next to him for a pillow and freezing to death." So that would be more cool than birding.
Or like calling you and hitting you up for money all the time and then never paying you back.
Yeah.
I mean, it just.
I just think it was cool on our detecting trip that we took. It was nice to see Tim, get excited and go, "Oh my God, what is it?" It's like a yellow-breasted sparrow parrot. Like that.
Oh, no, the best part.
Let me break out my $25,000 camera so I can snap a picture on the deck of this house.
Besides that camera, besides the camera that he just leaves laying around for anybody to pick up.
For anybody to pick up and do God knows what with.
Right? Yeah. You think he would learn. He hasn't learned anything.
It's funny when he's outside and he holds up his phone and you're like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I got this app that can hear the chirp and tell you what bird it is." And I'm like, "Dude, you are way into it too much. You are too much into it."
Right.
So I said, "Here, what's this bird sound like?"
No, dude, I went on and I found an app. Now we go to the woods. We're detecting in the woods, and you get a fallen tree. You take this thing and you snap a picture of the bottom of the tree, and it tells you what kind of tree. But it tells you how old it is. You're like, "Oh, I want this. How much is it? $1.99. No, I ain't paying." This guy's he's investing money in these apps, man. That can listen to the birds.
He should.
For a tree app.
You can get on the internet and find a picture of any bird you want.
Yeah,
and it's pretty.
He should have came with me to Virginia because we went out to one of these beach.
Go ahead, Steve. Say it.
I'm inviting
Tim
to come with me to Virginia because they have bird watchers out there. It's like a marshland out that way.
Yeah,
those guys that had a lens on their camera as long as my arm.
Yeah,
they actually had a stick to hold the lens up when they were taking the picture.
I got to tell you something. So I moved to Florida, and I get up in the morning. I go take my dogs out, and all up and down this place, there's those just big, beautiful birds I've never seen anything like. And you know what I do? I go shoot, and I sick the dogs on them. Yeah.
Hey, Cage, you know what they say about Virginia, right? Well. Come on, I'm wondering why Ronnie wants Tim down there so much. Then I realized the state motto
for lovers.
Virginia is for lovers.
Oh. Well, what Virginia was it? Was it West Virginia?
Or? West Virginia.
Just Virginia.
West Virginia is keep love in the family.
West Virginia is not for lovers.
Yeah. No, it says keep love in the family. That's West Virginia.
I got a lot of friends from West Virginia. In fact, one of our archaeologists was from West Virginia. Well, we were over there last time we were in West Virginia. There was a street, and I mean, this was up in the middle of the mountains. There was a street called Banjo Lane. And that's what this lane was called. It was called Banjo Lane, and it was in West Virginia. And I took a picture of it, and I posted it, saying, "Guess where I'm at? Yeah, I'm in West Virginia." And I got hammered on by people from West Virginia. They're like, we ain't like that. We don't do that. We don't do that. I'm like, I didn't put the sign there. It was right there.
I saw
the movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, dude, I gotta tell you, man. Uncharted Expedition, your guys' episodes, man, were great. How was that going out and doing that?
Uncharted Expedition, we had Tim Draper and a whole bunch of really good guys. I mean, these guys are really working their tails off to put a really good quality show together. And They wanted Tim and I to come down there for 2 episodes. So
And
Garrett
ruin it.
sent us down there, and we were remote, like in the middle of nowhere.
It
And
looked it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Tornado hit
Tornado.
his house. That was the tornado. Now, before we came
the
on,
story behind it's really, really cool. We
No, he's just frozen, but we
I
can
was
hear
gonna
him.
say it was after we got. Can you hear me? Okay.
We
Yeah.
hear you fine. You're just not moving. You're frozen.
there you are.
There you go.
All
It's
right.
like the tornado scooped you up and took you to Oz.
I couldn't hear you guys, but anyway, yeah, the storyline and stuff. I really wasn't sure what we were going to find going out there, but once we started traveling around in that remote country, I was amazed at what was actually out there. So we got this old kiln or whatever where they think that they used to melt down the ore and whatnot and get the silver out of it, and supposedly there's an attack happened there and they fled with a wagon full of silver bars worth millions. And when they got out the other side, they didn't have the bars because it was too heavy. So they just dumped the bars. So supposedly somewhere there's a bunch of silver bars up there. But we went up there and we hunted around, and I found a really cool, I know I could probably talk about it because it was already aired, that really cool old button, from the late 1600s, early 1700s, that was kind of surprising. I never really
that
expected to find
Spanish one. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah. So that was cool, and they're still going with everything. I haven't heard a lot from them lately, with the New Year's and all that, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get back down there.
Yeah, they held back the show that was supposed to be on with Gypsy Jules. They hadn't put that out yet because they wanted to wait till after the new year. I mean, we had Tim Draper on the show. Great guy. And we know we'll have him back again. But I told these guys, man, they need to have you. I don't know about that Tim guy, but they need to have you back on that show.
I don't know about that Mark guy either.
Well, yeah. Hoover they can do it, but no, they really need to get you guys incorporated with their show because you guys are fun to watch and you bring the spirits up.
I can make the announcement now,
Yep.
Steve, that I am in production of a new show, running and gunning for birds with Mark and Tim.
Running and gunning for bird.
Running and gunning for birds with Mark.
That'll be my show. That'll be my show. I'll be running and gunning with a shotgun.
There you go.
No, that's a good show. Tim and I actually, we have a few things we're working on right now. We have an agent in, I think, New York, somewhere like that, and we got some things in the works. So
that's cool.
We're gonna see how that goes, and hopefully that something like that takes off. But it takes so long,
I'm a big proponent of thinking you guys need to get a show again. I felt like you were kind of cut down in your prime. That the momentum had just halted because
unlike some shows out there whose prime has come and gone twice. I'm just saying.
Well,
yeah.
Like we say, there's a bunch of shows out there. Everybody wants to be a star, and we've talked about production crews and everything else. But
that's right, Steve. You tell them. Only a few of us can.
I just think if you guys were kind of had the reins a lot more of your own show, it would be a better quality. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they put us through the ringer. When we first started, we thought, they were just going to turn the cameras on and we were just going to go out, find stuff and do what we do. But there is so much stuff that has to happen behind the scenes. Like the first few shows, like they were making us do stuff and we were just looking at each other like, what are we doing? I mean, this is stupid.
I know. It's their vision instead of what you guys do, right?
Yeah. So they have to have it all, to make a complete story out of it all. We just want to detect, we just want to find, but, we have to have the walk-ups. We have to have the backstories. We have to have all kinds of stuff that we don't want to do. Now being into it so long, 5-6 years of being on TV, I just know exactly what to do. So when we were with Tim Draper and all them, there's a few things, that I would see and I'd be like, well, maybe we try this, maybe we should, put a camera on this guy, and they're not working with the kind of money we were working with, so.
Yeah, right. Listen, before we forget, I want to
Draper and
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, buddy. You're good.
No, you're I thought you were done. You're kind of choppy in there. I just want to put it out there real quick before we forget. Our everybody here, everybody in Detect America, our thoughts and prayers are out to our buddy Brian Monroe. Brian had a sudden illness. He's doing better. He's in the hospital, and just everybody wants to reach out, send him a PM, post something on the page. I think he'll appreciate it. But our thoughts are going out to Brian and family.
He's doing better. He's having cardiac related issues that need to be corrected, and the future's good for him. It just has to be corrected. He's in good hands.
He had a little something that compounded his problem, and it took him out of the game for a few days, but he's going better.
Yeah, he just has to relax for a little while, and doctors will do their magic, and they'll get him back to his ornery self.
Right. And Brian, if you're watching this, would make you feel any better, I could send you a shirtless photo of myself if you want.
or we could send one of the dozens he sent us already. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, they're so spread out. They're all spread out through the internet and all those comedic memes that everyone has one.
Yep, absolutely.
So, I know we're gonna get into a topic that you're gonna want to talk about, but before that, what other plans do you have on any recent digs and events besides the big one?
I actually have my brother.
Tim was right. His internet sucks.
KG was saying they had a bad storm brewing in the area.
Cut to the birding video. Yeah, you were frozen.
I'm gonna try to move because my internet stinks right here.
How come when you're on your show we get the nice background of all the deer heads, and this one you're in the bathroom?
He's got his foot up on the vanity.
I don't know.
Yeah, look.
You got to get the porthole.
I'm in my pajamas.
At least makes it stick out, the porthole.
At least you're wearing pants this time.
Right?
As far as we know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's much
all right, you
better.
hear me now?
We can hear you fine.
Are you trying to ruin our show on purpose? I think he's trying to set me off like that one time I went nuts. It's not us.
Guys, see now. I see the other show, and Tim's there with all these flashing lights and buttons.
You know what?
Monitors.
No wonder Tim didn't want to be on.
Let's try this again.
This is
Thing.
no wonder
We can
Tim
hear you.
hates
We can hear you.
Yeah, we
I'm
lost
trying to
him.
bring it back in so it makes a difference.
Oh.
Yeah, it don't make a difference.
No wonder Tim hates you.
What the heck?
Hey, that fixed it.
Well, like we were saying, there are storms in Georgia's area. He was talking that they're under tornado warning, tornado watch. He's keeping his dog Toto real close by just in case.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, I'm gonna pull him out.
Yeah.
Hey, hit your. I didn't have to. Hit your link again. If you come back in, I'll bring you back in.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Talk about the upcoming event in Texas.
Wait, that's a good question, Ron. Can you?
I know John Porcello's watching. John, I get her name is Diana Wathis. I can't read her writing. She's the president of the Historical Recovery Association in North Florida, and I believe that's the club you belong to. And I just want to say thank you, John Porcello, for donating the gold that they melted down to make this gold pull tab for me.
That's a lie. He don't donate gold.
I don't
no
know. That's what the letter said.
There's no way John Porcello parted with a speck of gold.
Or you can go to the liquor store and buy a 6-pack of Pacifico beer, and they have the gold pull tab
And
too.
get it off
Oh,
of there.
that's
That's
true.
probably where it came from. Telling me John Porcello parted with one speck of gold, I don't believe. Not
I
one
don't
word of it.
know. That's what they said.
So while George is out, I'm going to talk about me for a sec.
Oh, great.
Supposedly, yeah, I know. Supposedly, and we'll pop it on the show. We'll post it on the page. Next week, I'm supposed to do a radio show. Maybe the guy realized who I was and wants to back out because he hasn't contacted me. But it's called Cruising 92.1. It's an oldies channel out of Vineland, where Frank is originally from. And next week at 7:00, I believe I'm going to be doing a show with this gentleman, Steve Tatt. So we'll be posting it on a page. It's going to be broadcast, I believe, online, maybe on their Facebook. So we'll see if I get on there next week. And I don't know if I'm going to do the 8:00 show, because if his show gets done at 8, well, I'm sure we'll be talking for a little bit. I mean, maybe I can go out in the car and join you guys on the phone. I don't know, but hopefully.
Oh yeah, you can call in. I can put the phone on the speaker.
Hopefully well, no, I could launch.
I
the
just wanted to say real quick. Before I forget. I just got a text from Tim Saylor.
Oh,
I sent him a link and said, just in case you could squeeze us in, and I got a text back and it says, "Who is this? What the F are you talking about?" Uh-oh, I think KG is trying to pop back in. Let's see.
So maybe next week you guys.
Hey, look at that.
There you
Hey
go.
guys,
Beautiful.
You had to
well, I
flush,
gotta
didn't
tell
you?
you. Well, there is literally a tornado warning until 10:00 tonight.
Right.
So it's a lightning and thundering outside. So I think my internet kind of glitched out on me there.
Probably. I just wanted to say that I'm telling everybody, I just got a text from your partner in crime, there, Tim Saylor. And
Really?
I could almost quote it to you. It says, "Who is this? What the F are you talking about?"
All right, George, your upcoming events. You were saying something about your brother, and then you got frozen.
Yes.
Oh yeah. My brother and my two buddies are driving up here to Kansas, and they've never hunted a Civil War site before. And on Fort Scott, the border of Kansas and Missouri, I got some buddies that live up there, and they're gonna take us out to the Civil War area, and we're gonna take them looking for Civil War stuff. Finally, they're gonna go there. Then I'm gonna take them digging for old bottles at my bottle dump. I actually went there today and found a ton of old bottles, but broke my hand. But I'm a real man, not like a bird watcher.
Right.
But so yeah, that's gonna happen. We got all kinds of events. We got a meeting with Garrett. I believe in about 3 or 4 days, and they're going to line us up on what's going on. Sounds like we're going to be going all over the world again and stuff like that. But yeah, we got some good events coming up, including the Charles Garrett Memorial Hunt. I mean, they didn't have it last year, but they're going to have it this year. And I've been literally, you guys know, to events all over the world, and I have never been to an event that gave away more prizes than that one. I mean, they gave away like 50, 60 metal detectors, hundreds of pinpointers. I mean, Civil War swords and belt plates.
I remember seeing the tables with some of the prizes. It was insane.
Unbelievable. It's like endless of them. It's really hard because we ain't allowed to win, which really kind of stinks, But, so if we go out, we can hunt with the people. They encourage us to hunt. We'll hunt with them. And then if we see somebody struggling or whatever, we might help them out, or we can even throw a token out in front of them and stuff like that, But that is that's April 13th, 14th, and 15th, I believe. And I know they still have spots for that. I know they're filling up pretty fast, but there's still quite a few spots for that. That is in Canton, Texas, I believe.
Texas, you're somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, Canton.
You got the
Canton,
link.
Texas,
You
I
got the
believe.
link, George. Send it, and I'll
Oh,
picture it.
yeah, you know you'll be posting it all over our page beforehand. But
Oh yeah.
to anybody
Yep.
interested in that, that's coming up April. You said, hey, listen, April's right around the corner.
Right. And you
Yeah.
know, you don't have to be swinging a Garrett machine to go to it, you know.
Thanks.
The cool people will be, but everybody's encouraged to go if they can. I mean, I'd like to see, you know, if you guys would make it to that would be really cool.
And you're still swinging the 18 Max?
18 Max, yep. Every once in a while I'll take the Apex out, but the 18 Max, I just have such a hard time putting it away. You know what I mean? I know it so well. Like one time we went out and we went to an event, I can't remember where, it was upstate New York, and they said we can only use the Apex. And you know, it was hard because I know the Apex really well and it's super easy to use, but I forced myself to use the Apex, and after a couple days it was like I didn't want to use another machine except the Apex. I was surprised how good it did, you know, but now I'm back on the Max.
You have any knowledge of them coming out with anything new in the near future at all, or?
They're working on things. They're definitely working on things. Yeah, we have meetings once in a while with Steve Novakovic. He's the CEO up there, you know, and he's really a good guy because he really listens, and and you know, they talk to other people that use other machines. Obviously, if you're a smart business, that's what you do, figure out what works, what people want. But I know there's definitely some stuff in the works. A lot of times they don't tell us a whole lot.
Right.
In fact, sometimes, you know, heck, I'll see it in a book and I'll be like, when did you come out with that? What the heck, you know? But you know, but they are working on stuff, and like you say, I like to see them come out with some new stuff, like, you know, that Axiom, that gold machine. You know, Ronnie was with us up there when we were using that, and I was finding that is a really good lightweight machine. I mean, that thing was really light compared to the ATX or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that thing was like, oh, that was like lugging around a couch with you, you know. But the Axiom's a good machine, and we found some good gold with that.
Yeah, but that's for a specialized market. I mean,
Tim let me play with it for a little while.
Yeah, what about the detector?
Very nice machine.
What about the detector?
Yeah, I said, did you get a chance to use the detector? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's right. You guys were in Alaska together. So how did you like Alaska? I mean, does Ronnie snore?
Alaska is awesome. I mean, it was a lot of work.
Yeah. It definitely was. He froze up again.
Different groups of people come up there, you know.
There he is.
So
there he is.
You know, you got to really work hard. You know, a lot of times I'll go in with a bulldozer and they'll push this stuff around. And every time they would push it around and mix it up, like the old tailings, we would go in there and we would always seem to find a few nuggets after they would do that. Mm-hmm. But after that, you know, you're just kind of wandering around in these tailings piles, and it's rough. I mean, it's not easy. It's not a given. And we, I think we went on the high banker a couple days. We did that. We did and then I actually went up fishing. I went after a northern pike and just crushed the northern pike. I mean, way up this river. We were like,
right.
Yeah. So I think it was huge, 60 miles. The Peace River. We went on the Peace River. We had a 60-mile drive, and then we had a 30-mile boat ride on a little jet boat down the river to find where these massive northern pike were. And some of them were like
that fish was huge.
50-inch northern pike, huge. In fact, you know, and I think it's only light up there dark 4 hours or 3 hours the whole.
Yep. It was.
But I went down there.
4 hours of light.
I casted
20 hours.
I casted so many. Yeah.
That's the winner.
I casted so many times. I casted so many times I couldn't move.
I was going to ask him if they had a guide. Did they had a guide of obviously, Ron?
At the camp they had people to show you where to go. Once you got your 4-wheeler or ATV, there was trails, and they told you which trails to go out to. And then some of the guys like Mike Stadler, he would take us up into like glacial runs and stuff like that with metal detectors. It was really it was really so there was always somebody there.
But for the fishing, did they have a guide for the fishing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He had the owner of the camp's son
Right.
does the like the fishing tours and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't just put them on a boat and say, "Hey, go have a ball in Alaska."
No, no, because there's bear all over that river, man.
Yeah, well, if they did, I'd have sent Frank out there immediately. Get on his boat and go.
I'm just trying to
there.
find this really interesting photo
Oh,
of the
great.
two boys digging.
Ron,
in
I don't know if you
Alaska.
can talk about that on the air.
I got to find it. So it's not a photo; it's an
You
actual.
sit here and go through the phone and so I hope again, since Frank cut me off, I hope everybody listens to me next week.
Absolutely. Everybody tune in. We'll try and get you in on the after the fact.
Yeah, that'd be great. It might even have, like I said, it might have video somewhere. I don't know, but when I find out, it'll all be posted, and
Yeah, that's cool. 92 on the oldie station. It was always cool to tune into when you want to hear a few Beach Boys or
right. It was a block away from your house too, and you went and moved.
Yeah, a little bit more than the block, but
There's Tim and KG is right on the other side of them, and they're shoveling dirt into the high bankers.
nice.
That's how it's done, huh?
That's how it's done. Just a big pile of dirt and a shovel, and all you do is
More
shovel.
That's
like,
more like construction work, I mean,
it's physical work.
just digging dirt, just moving dirt.
So tomorrow morning, I'm
There's
hitting the
all-
beach.
Where is it? Why don't you show it to us? You come on this show and you don't. Yeah, Ron, the video stopped.
It's still moving.
Oh, all right. So I'm sorry, it's still moving.
That's
So
KG
here's
there.
Frank with his new girlfriend. Give us your early thoughts.
Honestly, there's not much early thoughts on it. There was a couple things I was like questioning. They managed to work themselves out a little bit. Playing around basically right outside here. I read the manual like 3 times and playing with the settings. Just stupid little things like I turn my CTX on inside here, and this is metal framed, and the CTX just like wah wah wah. You can't do, but like most detectors, you can't do a lot inside of a metal frame building. When you turn this machine on, I can actually pinpoint every single beam, every little screw and nut.
Really?
So when they tell you that the separation is better, without even being in dirt, it has not been in the dirt, guys, at all yet. But the separation is noticeably different. It is as light as a feather.
And where are you going to detect tomorrow?
And look, these fit the manicord.
What are those things? What are they?
They fit the manicord.
I don't recognize them.
I'm taking you out to one of the local beaches, Clearwater, Honeymoon Beach, one of these beaches tomorrow.
So you're going to hit the beach with that tomorrow. You're going to give it a shot, and you're going to see what you can do.
I don't know what we're going to find. It's winter in Florida, so we only had a high of 82, so nobody swims.
A high of 82 must be horrible.
Yeah, it was. But it's not a dry heat. It's a wet heat. It's a wet, humid heat. But
What is the dry heat?
What's the water temperature?
water temperature, I think, is still mid to upper 60s.
People in Florida don't go in the water that cold.
No.
60
People,
too
it
cold
was
for me.
82 today. People are wearing hoodies. Come on. Seriously.
Oh, good Lord.
I was out there yesterday. Yesterday it was 50 degrees. I was wearing a tank top. Beautiful out here.
I think, I mean, and I'm not, listen, I get it, and I'll probably be one of these people wearing hoodies at some point, but I get it when I wake up in the morning and it's 70 and I got shorts and my Crocs and a t-shirt, and I pass other people walking their dogs in like full length winter garb, hoods up, and people are like, "Oh, you're joking," but I'm not.
It's winter to them.
Oh.
Incredible. So what else? What do we have on the horizon for 2023? I mean, it's a new year. Our show. I cannot believe, honestly, we still kick this show like we do. I mean, last week we had D-Lec on, and it was a great show. We're still putting out shows that I think are good. It's a
We
shame.
the past few weeks our viewership we've been crushing it pretty good. So
And I mean, how long have honestly, how long have we been doing this damn show? Like
127 years.
it only felt like 125 if you ask me, but
We are going into our 9th year.
so when
Wow.
do we reach syndication and I start getting royalties?
Royalties.
Wait a minute. Wait, what's this?
Hi.
Who's this?
What's happening?
There
Hi,
he is.
welcome back.
I'm telling you, like I told you before, I got like tornado warnings until 10 tonight, and it's nasty outside. So I'm sure that's probably not helping any. Sorry, boys.
Were the sirens going off? Take shelter.
Well, we live out in the country, so if there was one, I wouldn't hear it until I got hit by the tornado.
And usually they put the signal out over your cell phone, but apparently your cell phone.
Yeah, you're still running in a signal.
I wouldn't get it. The roof would just leave, and I'd get sucked out into the atmosphere.
You gotta go back after the show is over. Go back about 5 minutes from this point, and you'll see a video of you and Tim shoveling on the high bankers. I had it.
Really?
On the phone. Oh yeah,
Nice,
I took the liberty of making that film for you guys.
Thanks, Ronnie. You're a
That
good man.
awesome. See, Ronnie's such a great guy.
He is. He's my favorite.
He's our favorite too, but he just talks so much we can't.
I know.
You know, whenever I know at least us, and I'm sure other people, whenever you hang out with George and Tim, you really there's no shortage of laughs. I mean,
Sure, that's for sure.
you know, but I did
Yep.
Karma kicked you guys in the ass because you were out stealing everybody's phones. Ha ha, taking pictures, ga, ooh, ga, everybody with the phone. And I'll just tell the story of how it bit Tim.
Got it.
Because he's got this $45,000 camera
Beautiful camera.
that he only aims at sparrows.
No, he did take a close up of a spider.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were sitting around and having dinner, which Ronnie's wife and my wife knocked it out of the park, cooking great meals, and we're
Yes.
sitting there, and someone kind of says, "Well, I like. Oh, you take pictures of birds. I think that's very interesting. Could I see a couple?" And Tim pulls out his computer or phone, or
The camera. He was scrolling through the
the
camera.
phone at first, and so we said, Tim, we know you took some shots on your camera. Show him what you got there. And Tim takes his camera, and obviously he turns on the preview of the pictures, and staring at him in the face is my full size bare bottom. We'll say when Tim wasn't looking. I kind of mooned his camera, and George snapped a photo of it. And you did not need to zoom in. Let's put it that way. So when Tim saw
George
this,
told Tim that Ronnie did it. So
So
now you just-
when Tim saw this picture, he just turned red. He's like, "Oh, you guys got me bad." Because there was no way he couldn't play it off like you didn't see anything, because it was there. And that's what you guys get for grabbing people's phones.
He
That was
probably
fun.
got that. He probably got a poster made of that, and it's probably in his
The scale?
cave.
Did he get? Is
Yeah.
it made to scale?
I'm sure in the future on your show, instead of that little portal, it'll be Steve's ass around your head.
We'll randomly just flash that up and see if anybody can tell what it is.
But we got him. We got you guys. Man. We got Tim. You guys like to play jokes. We get back. We have fun.
Yes.
And we laugh, we giggle. But you know what? I got to tell you something. You put these two in a car, and they can't stay in their car seats. You can't unbuckle the damn car seat. Okay, I can get a ticket for that.
Yep. We drove
I
with
still-
Ronnie.
I still got lollipops stuck in the rug of the car from you. It's like driving children around.
Tell you what, that was a lot of fun. We'll have to do something like that again. fill up the house with nonsense and have a good
Oh.
time.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
Yep.
It was a good time, and it's just a lot of laughs. And
Again, the only thing I got to tell you that mind games are sometimes the mind games are worse than the photos. Because I would go, I was lucky enough to have a private suite downstairs.
Yeah, you did.
you know,
And,
I don't
and every now
understand
and
it
then
though.
I'd catch George coming up the steps. I'd go down, and I always pulled the door, and my door would be open, and then my underwear drawer would be like on through. But George, he said he didn't do it.
Well, I don't know.
And,
Right, got a
and
pair
can
of them on
somebody
right
tell
now.
me? Can somebody tell me why when we started playing hide and seek? Because my wife was in George's room, and I don't know why.
Showing her some relics.
No, when she heard you were going to be on the show, she had to come down. If I didn't throw her out of here, she'd be sitting down here like flirting with you the whole time. She's like, I love them guys. You're good.
Yeah, they were good.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I'm so glad that they were there, man. They are some fun gals to hang out with.
Well, they
Yeah,
fed us.
and the food was fantastic.
Yeah. I didn't want to leave. I don't get that treatment at home. You know.
And then we go out to a field, and there's like, oh yes, here's a gigantic container of sandwiches, guys. Like,
Yeah.
Lunch every day. Well,
Yep,
there's no problem with that.
Yep.
But you know, the funny thing was, the Airbnb had a pool, and do you guys know I went in it?
I didn't know that. Did you get in it?
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
Were you there, Frank? No, you weren't there.
I saw you in it.
Okay.
I did. It was something about the leaves and the spiders floating on the surface. I wasn't.
No, it was cold. It was cold though. I got.
Yeah.
I was like, it's here. I might as well try. Oh, and then the funny part was that nobody knows this, but in my bedroom, it had the barn door, a sliding barn door to go into the bathroom. So I went in there, and I had to call Ronnie. I go, Ronnie answers this. Luckily I have my phone. I call Ronnie. I go, Ron, this is not a joke. Come to my bedroom right now. He goes, and he really he was good about it. He was cool. He wasn't like, yeah, right. Tell him what you found when you got there, Ron.
Yeah, I get into the bedroom and I walk over and he's in the bathroom and he's stuck because he's got one of those farmer doors with the wheels on top.
Yeah.
And somehow he managed to either pop it off the track or get it wedged.
Could not open it.
Stuck in the bathroom.
There was no handle on my side, so when I don't know when I closed it, the piece of the door got caught on the track or something.
You should have called me because I would have ran right there.
You were the last one.
This camera.
Dude, you were the last phone call I was making under those circumstances. And Ryan was so good
Jim and I
about it.
were waiting for moments like that with the camera.
I'd still be in that damn bathroom if I called you. But Ronnie was so cool. He's like, okay, and he didn't say a word to nobody. He came in.
What's wrong with you?
we had those guests there. That little girl and her mother and father. What's it going to do?
That's funny.
I don't think I would have admitted to that anyway, Ronnie. So
yeah, I was stuck. I'm like, I can't get it. What am I going to do?
We were trying to slide our phones under the door to take pictures.
Oh, that's what you want to do with me on the other side. That would have been a really good thing to do. You never know what's going to come back on your phone.
That's true.
Are you guys going to Florida Hunt 9?
I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, well, you are. You can drive there.
Yeah.
I am. I'm
More than
gonna walk
likely,
out
I
my
think
door
I'm
and go to
gonna-
Florida
I'm gonna try
Hunt
and
9
get
here.
there.
Yeah.
I gotta work some
We got a
numbers.
bunch
I
of
gotta see.
events.
I can't commit, but I want to tell you something. I know the information's just come out. They're talking about May 5th. Greg Papala is the greatest guy. It's one of the greatest events. I understand they have new property, but don't ask Greg about anything because
That the funny thing is, Greg
Mum's the
Papala
word.
comes on the page and goes, "Don't ask me anything." Like that's not triggering everybody to start asking.
Yeah.
Right, like no one would egg him on for that, right? But no, the information will come. He always gives Detect America.
He's on the 9th, talking about it.
Oh, next week.
Yeah.
Oh well, that I might
Nice.
not be here. So
Oh,
And
that's right.
listen.
That's who you're going to do. Well, that's okay.
and
Yeah,
listen, hold on.
Greg always told me he'd rather be interviewed by me and Ron anyway. So that's
Let
fine.
me explain one thing to you. The bust on me while I'm not here rules can't apply because I'm out being an ambassador to metal detecting. All right,
Oh,
you know,
I'm trying to figure out how to stream your show live
it might be
on
streamed.
this show.
It actually might be streamed on Facebook. He was talking about they might actually stream it. So, but you know, just because I'm not on our show, that doesn't give you the right to bash me because I won't be here.
Listen, look at this face.
That never
This looks
stopped
like a face
us.
that would bash you.
I'll get revenge.
I might come on just to help them guys bash you.
There you go.
You don't realize, Ron, the only reason George was coming on tonight because you weren't here and we had everything planned out.
Oh yeah, it was going to be
Believe
bash
me,
you
I
Ron.
know,
straight
Night.
up and
that's
ruined
why
it
I
all.
came back a day early just to be here.
Yeah, it's not like we never did that before, Ron. Did we ever do that? to you?
Absolutely not.
Never. So I got out hunting with Rich Fonts the other day. Just a good laugh. It was kind of funny because we really didn't know where we were going. So we found this local park, and honestly, Rich sat and dug in a 4-foot radius for about an hour and a half. He had found they had a playground, and you know they have the mulch as the bedding. Well, they must have taken the old mulch out of the playground and dumped it here, and he was digging pennies, dimes, nickels for like an hour and a half, and I'm just like Rich. So we had a ball though. It was good getting out with him.
Yeah, listen. It's about a lot more than detecting when you're out with Richard Lane.
Oh my God! I told you it's just fun with him, and it's good that when me and Rich can get out and spend some time together and just laugh. And but you know what? He was at my house the other day, Frank, and I walked in. I said, "All right, Rich, how high above sea level is my house?" And he's looking at his altimeter in his car, and he cannot give me a definitive answer.
He doesn't want to commit.
No, he goes, it's not reading right. It says 200. Wait, now it says 300. Oh, 400. I'm like, Rich, you couldn't tell me how high above sea level my house was.
I don't even ask him what time it is anymore. I just ask him what's our altitude.
But he doesn't know. His altimeter wasn't working properly.
But he's having fun. He's having a good time.
As long as it's above sea level,
That's
you're
right.
Okay.
I could have said, "Hey Siri, how far above sea level am I right now?" But God forbid. I was just trying to ask the professional. You know what I mean? It's like asking a meteorologist if it's going to rain today. Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe.
Well, they usually got a 50% chance of getting it right.
Yeah, they got a 50% chance.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, it might rain. It might rain today. We don't know."
Oh, Tom Burke Kingery's being a smart guy, asking Steve is the tide high or low? Okay, I only made that mistake one time.
I'm not going there.
I read the tide chart, and we went to the beach, and it was dead high tide when I got there.
Right. Yeah, and you're always arguing with me about tides. That's right. Yeah.
He's like, this doesn't look like low tide. I said, what was your first clue? It's over the boardwalk?
Dude, it was like a tsunami. It's like a tsunami. And I'm like, I thought you said it was high. It was low tide. Yeah, 6 hours ago it was. What do we care?
I must have got confused.
Now, Digstock. Did you guys go to Digstock?
No.
I went 1 year up in Chazy, New York.
Chazy, yeah.
You were up there. You were up there. I met you up there.
Yeah.
I have not been to a Digstock yet. No.
I think we're going to go to this one. We're not 100% sure. We'll have to get the okay, but yeah.
Now, which is the one that has it? Is that the one that has two? One in the Carolinas too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we never did. I don't think.
You're gonna go see Chuck Smalley at that Galena hunt? Is that Missouri? Where? No, not Missouri. Illinois.
Yeah, Dig in the Heart. We go to Dig in the Heartland up there.
Good.
Dig in the Heart. That is a fun hunt. I mean, it's them guys they're awesome up there. Chuck comes to that one too. But then we'll go down and we did Chuck's last year, and that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah,
we do that for alternating years now.
Yeah, I felt naked
because Dig in the Heartland.
Yeah, I felt naked because I I can't carry a concealed weapon in Chuck's state. I mean, come on, Chicago.
Yeah,
They
right.
made one there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You
Stay,
can't
stay
wear a
near me then.
concealed.
Just stay near
Yeah.
me and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I do. I feel so bad. Chuck's asking me to come out there. It's trying to make these events is kind of tough, and I'm not saying anything. It's just, you know, it's financial for me to get to these hunts. You know, the airfare
Yeah.
is going up. Everything is going up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to do as many hunts as I can this year, but I mean, it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, and like Frank was talking, it's like Texas. Frank's like, I don't know, dude. I don't really
I'd
think.
love to go to the Garrett hunt. I just keep looking at how far of a drive it is.
And I know my brother lived in Texas, and I heard driving across the land of Texas is just like forever. You're just driving. I mean, you know, even getting to Texas would be long, Frank. And then once you hit that, dude, the cows are going to be passing you on the highway.
Yeah, I think Canton though is more on the
East
side of Texas,
Yeah.
so it's not. You don't have to really go far in
through the state.
It's east of Houston. It's east of Houston.
Okay.
Now, do they have billboards? Because when I was driving through Illinois, okay, I thought I had died and was drowning in an ocean because they don't allow billboards. I told the most exciting thing for about 300 miles was the Blue Buffalo dog food factory because they had a sign on the side. There wasn't a damn thing to read. It is just this long, desolate highway.
I'm kind of surprised you can see over the wheel anyway, the way you drive.
Well, listen, the only cool thing is you tie a rope to the steering wheel, you fall asleep for an hour. It's a straight run. You don't ever turn.
Of course, I know every time I go to Florida, every billboard down there is a lawyer wanting your money.
Oh yeah, there ain't no shortage of lawyers down here, man. Let me tell you what.
I mean, I would love to go to all these events. It's just scheduling and and I'm not driving anymore. The last time I drove with Frank, I really wanted to kill myself. So
I will be up at that hunt this year up in Illinois. Chuck's not having his, but
digging the Heartland.
Digging
the
Heartland.
I'll be up for that event. I'll be up that event.
But that's May 13th, Ron. That's a week after Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know when it is. I'm not exactly sure when it is. Man. I haven't looked either.
I think
I got to check. I got some
Florida
scheduled different events. Like you can't remember.
So you got to kind of pick and choose, and it's tough. I mean, I don't know, George. I couldn't live your schedule. I mean, you guys go from here to here to here and here and here. No way.
Yeah. Usually, like right now, it's kind of a slow time. It's kind of nice. You can unwind and you could just, social media. You can go out with your buddies and stuff like that. But around March, and it is just balls to the wall until fall. I mean, we'll be in Italy and we'll be in England and probably the Netherlands this year, and I think we're going to Germany. So we'll be doing that. We'll be bouncing back and forth overseas as well as all over in the U.S. too. So
must be neat making all those appearances and different countries, meeting people. I mean, I'm sure that's
a good to the beach. It's 15 minutes that way.
Yeah, you know what? It's cool because no matter where you go, even if you can't speak the language, I mean, everybody's the same. Everybody, right. They want to be left alone. They want to have fun. They want to have a good time. But then the government screw it up. But we have a lot of fun, even though we can't speak the language in half these countries. We'll get they'll have translators there and stuff for us. But it is a lot of fun. I mean, going overseas, like you say, you can't just do that. Obviously, it's not cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
you do 10, 12 events, man. Whew.
And you know what? Even my wife even said, well, you know what? Because with watching the kids and stuff, she goes, I'm not going to go. And I still look at the numbers and I'm like, man.
Yeah. We went to Alaska. We were there for 2 weeks. I come home for 3 days. I drove up to Iowa, and then we did that event for 4 days. I came back for 3 days. I had a flight to Montana for a week, and then I came back. I landed at the airport, and I got in my car, and I had to drive out to Chuck Smalley's hunt. And then I came home, and then I was home a week, and then I was off to England, So it was like for 2.5 months, I think I was home maybe 8 days.
So tell us about the time you got in your truck and turned it on and realized your catalytic converters were missing.
Yeah, that wasn't very fun. Like,
No.
yeah, I parked in the long-term parking at Kansas City International Airport. You know, you got to pay to get in. You know, you get your little ticket, you go through the gate, and you go in there. Well, I just kind of parked kind of off to the side against this fence. There were some trucks there. You know, I thought no biggie. Well, then I leave and I'm gone for two weeks, and then I get back, and I ended up at the wrong parking lot because they're rebuilding the airport there. They're building a whole brand new airport. So everything's messed up there. I get dropped off at the wrong parking lot, end up having to walk about 3 miles pulling my luggage, finally get to my parking lot, find my truck, and I started it up, and I mean, it was so loud, I just shut it off, and I thought I'm in the wrong truck. I started looking around, and then the second I realized I was in my truck, I mean, the second I knew exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You
They
thought
got
somebody installed headers on that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded pretty cool, but man, it was loud. You know, so I crawled under there, and yeah, both sides. There's 4 of them on it, and they all 4. So they must have just went up
4
there
of
and
them.
saw it kind of off the side, rolled under it with a sawzall, and
Yeah.
just sawzall, whack. I mean, they're in and out like nothing. Well, then I go to the gate. I'm furious, red
Your
face, yelling
Cadillac
at the lady.
converter.
Yeah, my catalytic converter or
Yeah,
whatever.
your Cadillac. You called them your Cadillac converter.
Did I? Well, I don't have a Cadillac, but it's nice. But you know, so I go to the front gate, I'm yelling and screaming. They send a cop out there, you know, and I'm telling him about it and this and that, and he's taking pictures and doing whatever he does, you know, and I'm like, well, can't you, like, you know, I mean, you got to pay to get in here. Can't you find who's doing this? And they're like, well, we got so many people coming in and out of here, you know, we can't, you know, check everybody. So, well, obviously they're coming in. They're not staying. They're coming in, and maybe an hour later they're out.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're paying. They're paying to park, and then they're ripping off catalytic converters.
Yeah, so they're coming in there for probably an hour, making a loop and cutting off some converters. And then, you know, he goes, oh, well, he made every excuse in the world to tell me basically they probably will never, ever find the person.
No,
Well,
never.
they don't have they got cameras, but half of them ain't working. And then, you know, it was funny because after it was all said and done, he was a pretty nice cop. He told me, he goes, you weren't the first one hit. He said they got about 8 people now.
Wow.
So
Right. Now, who paid the bill?
my insurance, after my $500 deductible,
Well,
I had to pay. My
see,
insurance had to cover it.
I'd have gotten them for the $500 deductible.
Especially if you're paying to get into a secure parking lot.
Yeah, they
Right.
should. Yeah, they should have insurance at least. But now that was a Datsun B210 little pickup you're driving, right?
Actually, a Toyota Tundra.
Oh, I
big
know.
truck.
I know.
So yeah. So now I don't know. Next time I go, I'm gonna park in a different.
I hear they
guess
don't.
got
I hear they don't steal them off American cars. So just saying.
They don't. No.
I would have got that parking garage for the bill.
Right.
I sent them some type of bill.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
you know, we do ask that. You know, what events you guys always are good at posting your information on DA, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate that because you know, I like when you guys do shows. I know, you know, you don't do them every week, but you know, we like to be there when you do the shows. We like the fact that you post where you're going to be and what you find, you know, that you use our page almost as much as you use your own. And that's a great thing. And we really appreciate that because
you bet
you got a lot of fans. There's a lot of good fans of yours on our page. And we always like to know what's going on with you. Tim, not so much.
Yeah.
Chat, John White, the winner of the Apex. That's awesome. John, I'm looking forward to that video, buddy. Can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Finally got a good machine. Yeah. No, that was good. We appreciate your guys' friendship. We got a good thing with you guys, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's great. You know.
We have a ball and you know, it's all part of this community. We love having you guys on. We love talking to you guys.
Right.
And make sure you post it yourself or send it to me. We'll post the Garrett Hunt on the page. And
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just
will.
great to
Yeah,
have you guys with friends.
They haven't really pushed it much because they really haven't had to. but I think after the new year they're going to want to fill it up. I know there's quite a few spots left. I think they want to make it a little bit bigger this year because there's so much involved with putting it together.
Sure.
You know.
What type
So,
of hunt? What type of hunt do they have? A seated hunt, natural, or both?
They have a relic hunt where they'll put thousands and thousands of like mini balls and buttons. I mean, real mini balls and buttons from Civil Wars. They'll put some cannonballs out. They'll put flat buttons out, and then you can go out on that hunt. And then they'll have a silver hunt. And then they have an open hunt because it's a pretty old place anyway, and you could just wander around and do that. Then they'll have a night hunt where you can't use any lights whatsoever, and you just got to go out there and get a hit. But everything's on the top of the ground. You got to feel for it on the ground. You know, they have a lot of stuff. And then I think the Texas, I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's another Texas Association or something like that, and they're going to kind of do it together. But they have all kinds of booths, and I think the Duck Dynasty guys are going to be there this year too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not quite as cool as us, but you
No,
might say hi to them. No,
no, they definitely ain't as cool as you guys. So now that was another thought I was just thinking. So now Garrett representatives right now are you, Tim, Gypsy Jules, and now the Duck Dynasty guys. Are there anyone else that we should know about in the team part there, or any other names you want to throw out?
I'm cheap and easy. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that. I'm just throwing that out.
Not yet. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I know the Duck Dynasty guys are really like pushing American made and all that. You know, so they're really like the Garrett for that reason.
Now maybe you can answer this question. They came out with one show about detecting, and nothing. That was it. Is that it with that? I mean, I would have liked to have seen more.
You know, I have honestly never seen it. I have never seen their show. I'm gonna watch it. It's just I have been too busy and whatnot, so I don't really know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I just thought it seemed like it was the first episode of something that was going to be happening, and poof.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard they got renewed, but I haven't seen much about it. You know?
Do they still have Nugget Noggin? Do they still have Nugget Noggin?
I think they do. I think they do. Yeah, Nugget Noggin, and then Sergeant Whitey. I think they kind of sponsor him a little bit, you know. But yeah.
Well, if
Ronnie DeGhetto,
they need any advertising space. This is for rent. They can rent
that spot right there.
They can rent some advertising space on me. I'll sell some detectors with that.
I want the right butt cheek because it seems like they see that more.
Yeah, you get a lot more for your money there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a full blown billboard right there.
I was thinking a little higher, but hey, whatever happens, happens. You know, I don't get a Garrett tattoo on my butt for some advertisement.
I'm sure Garrett would just jump at that idea to have it on your ass.
But George, we're gonna let you run, and thank you. And I can't thank you enough for being on the show.
Sorry, jumping all over Ronnie not being here didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tear up them. I had all kinds of stuff wrote about him, and I couldn't use it tonight. So.
It was our cheap ploy to get you on the show.
Maybe you could get my my bird hunting friend on here one time, you know, and your numbers will probably go way down, but you know.
We'll get three viewers, and they'll be wanting to hear bird watching stories.
Yeah. No, thank you guys for having me. I always love
Always
a pleasure,
Always
man.
fun.
Anytime, man.
You're the
All
best.
right, sorry
buddy.
about my technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're used to
That's
it.
all right. Listen.
All right, buddy. Good night.
See you guys. Thank you.
Good night, man.
See you later, George.
That's an OG right there, man. OG. Him and Tim, diggers. They're just awesome.
Take some names because we got 140 people here.
Now, let me get some stuff.
All right, and then I'll try and you know what? If you're in the YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, start to chat it up so I get your names. I'll get all the names off of DA. Is that the coin you found?
Yeah, look at trying to show you the damage to this coin. You can see that like a chip of silver missing out of it. This was dug in a park. It was so chemically burned. It took, which should have took me 5 minutes, took me over 2 hours to clean. And literally there's like chunks of silver missing out of this thing from whatever the chemical was that was in the ground in that park.
You know,
so of course I'm going right back out there, stick my hands in that dirt again.
Of course.
You know, again, I didn't load our page enough to get the show in there. Now it's gonna take some time. Oh, this ain't gonna be easy. This ain't gonna be easy. I gotta keep loading the page till it shows up. Crazy, man. I don't understand why. Let's see, maybe newest act. There we go. That's what it was. All right, so if you've liked our show, I'm going to put your name in it. Wow, 114 people.
Yeah, I got 137.
Yeah, there probably is.
You mean you draw that kind of numbers when you tell people I'm not going to be on the show?
You know what? Because they know what happens when one of us isn't on the show.
All righty.
I'm calling foul for next week, though, man, because I don't think it's going to be fair that
We'll start with, well, what time are you supposed to be on?
7. No, I don't. I'm just saying I don't think it's fair that you trash me for not being on the show when I have a valid excuse.
Well, what I want to do is I want to have your stream on the show, and then me and Ronnie can sit there like Mystery Science Theater 3000
and go to town on me, huh? That's funny. All right, I'm gonna add the YouTube names in, so I'll even call them out. Madison, Maine. Type them in real quick. Fox in the ground. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I know where the names come from when we win. Practical Ken.
So I want to say that I will the winners of from Notka, I will send those names in tonight after the show. We didn't send them in because DLEX said they weren't going to be there. They were doing inventory all week. So immediately after the show, guys, I'll send you 2 names in with your addresses, and then Notka will get
that.
There's not
many names on, unless Joe Brown. I just put J Metal Detecting in there. Joe Brown, Robert Stover. You guys want to tell everybody what we're giving away?
Are we ready? I'll tell you.
Not yet, but tell them what we're giving away.
All right. Well, we're going to do a trifecta. Okay. We are, and I don't know in this particular order, not how I'm going to do it. We got a 1932 Washington quarter.
nice.
We've got a 1990 proof set from the government. That's not a silver proof set, but that's a 1990 proof set.
From our lovely, stable government?
Yes. And in honor of KG being on the show, we're going to give away a 1922 peace dollar.
Ooh!
Oh, man.
All
I
right.
like that.
So we got some couple nice prizes here.
Yeah, I'm ready to pick. So what are we starting with?
Let's start out with the trifecta.
Trifecta. All right. All Detect America rules apply if you live out of the country. By joining our giveaways, you agree to pay the shipping. The name will be chosen. You will have 1 minute to respond, whether it's on YouTube or Detect America. Your names have to be seen by Frank, Ron, or I. So anyone saying they're here ain't going to help the person. We ask that you withhold the chat for a little bit so the winner can get through. And the first name for the winner of the trifecta is this is a YouTube J Metal Detecting. So I'm the only one watching YouTube right now. So J Metal Detecting, you have 1 minute to respond on YouTube to claim your prize. J Metal Detecting, please respond on YouTube. I don't know if everyone saw, but on my own page the other day, I did a broadcast from Richmond Street Jewelers with John Migdaloff,
I saw that.
and he donated a beautiful barber quarter to be given away, and that was won by Wayne Berry. Wayne Berry lives up there by you, Ron.
Yes, he does.
So J Metal Detecting, that was in there. He joined in early in the show, so he's got about another 20 some seconds to claim his prize. See, I'm nice enough to add the names from YouTube into the giveaway, and I monitor you. See, I'm good like that. I'm good like that. Frank wouldn't do that. Frank wouldn't do that.
When Barry won the coin from Johns, did you tell him that he lost the metal detector prize?
What's that
You
again?
remember he didn't. He would have won the.
Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't remember. I didn't say that. No. All right, J Metal Detecting, your time is up. You're null and void. Unfortunately, by Detect America rules, once I call null and void, there's no turning back. So we're going to choose another name for the trifecta we're giving away. Sean Doyle. That's gonna be a Facebook name. So Sean Doyle, you have 1 minute to respond. One of them nice Italian names, Sean Doyle.
Yeah, it's definitely a Facebook name.
Yeah. So Sean Doyle, you have 1 minute to respond. I always love having KG and Ringy on our show. Do we always have? It's just you don't even have to do nothing. You sit there and laugh.
That's exactly what happened. I sent him a text the other day. I said, "Listen, Ronnie's not going to be here because we didn't think Ronnie was going to be here. I said we're just going to sit around and have a BS session and have some laughs." He said, "Yeah, come on."
Sean Doyle, we need to see you respond in Facebook. Well, the funny thing is, when he does their show, he's got all these beautiful bucks and stuffed animals behind him in his man cave, and
his man cave may be getting swept away right now. So
well, that and his connection is always good. Like I said, we get him broadcasted from the bathroom. I think I even heard him flush once or twice during the show.
I think I'm going to make an investment in a cell tower in his neck of the woods.
Dude, I don't even know if a tower will get electricity out there.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got to do satellite. All right, so Mr. Doyle, Sean Doyle, your name was null and void. You didn't answer. I can't believe.
Yeah, we got 150 people waiting. I can't believe we can't give away.
People must not have liked KG, and they got rid of him. They're like, oh, it's only KG, and they left. Okay, this is another YouTube name, Practical Ken. Practical Ken is on YouTube. So Ken, you got 1 minute, and if not, I'm claiming all the prizes. I'll claim all the prizes. Hopefully YouTube's running. I mean, I'm watching the show on it. It looked like the chat was going, but Practical Ken, you have 1 minute to respond on, 45 seconds now to respond on YouTube. We just can't give it away. I don't know. I just picked the names, give them a minute. That's why we do a minute anyway, so it goes by rather quick. And sometimes, boom, right away. Sometimes right away the winners pop up, and it's usually when it's the avid viewers. People watch us every week, and I know. I don't know. All right, so we're looking at a minute and no Practical Ken. I'm gonna 5 more seconds. Practical Ken is now null and void. Now null and void. Practical Ken, I'm sorry.
Matt Kwiatkowski says pick Joni.
That's who gets the prize. Whatever name comes up, they get sent to Kevin Hill. Kevin Hill, I'll bet he's watching on Facebook, and I'll bet he'll answer up. Kevin Hill, you have 1 minute. Oh, Carolyn Cowling. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Kevin Hill, not Salisbury Hill, not Blueberry Hill, but Kevin Hill. Name don't ring a bell to me. I don't know, but there he is. He's there. So Kevin Hill is a winner of the trifecta. Kevin, you're going to send your information to Ron DeGhetto to claim your prize. Okay, so Kevin, you will send your information to thegolddigger.com. Hit Ronnie up on Facebook with your address. What's next? The proof set?
No, you want to do the proof set? That's fine.
I forgot that's the only thing I remembered you doing. All right, proof set going out the door. We're gonna call a name.
1990S proof set, U.S. proof set.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God! Joni Kwiatkowski.
Joni! Wait, they have to answer up.
Well, we know he's here. You know he's here.
Yeah, but I still want to see him answer.
Well, for the rules, yeah, we will see Joni answer, or Matt. It's really Matt's name, but Matt, you can answer for Joni. We know that. I call
Hey,
that
she's here.
because that's who we always. Now, Ron, when you send that, it goes to Joni. Okay.
Okay.
We
Adam,
always
send me
letters.
Adam, send me their address.
Whenever they win,
eyes only.
yeah, it's always for Joni. Joni wins. Is she not the sweetest? You missed Ron. They stayed with us. They're the nicest people in the world. I love them.
Yep.
I want them to come out to Jersey.
And Joni is currently working on my new Detect America Cup.
Why? What happened to your old Detect America Cup?
Now, I keep telling everybody I had one big bin of all kinds of stuff off my desk, and apparently that didn't make the trip. Yeah.
That's a shame.
New cup on its way. Well,
all right. What's next that Joni can win?
Let's go with the 1932 Washington quarter.
32 Washington quarter going out the door. Who's gonna win that?
Two new cups. Oh, I didn't know she had started the second one too. Okay, yeah, I got
two. We get two, and I'm still drinking out of the old rusty one.
Well, I'm getting a Detect America Cup, and I forget if I ordered an Aquatech or an Ugly Box.
I just got a text message from Kevin Hill on the trifecta, so I got it. Thanks, Kevin, for the address. We'll get that out to you.
All right, the next winner is Joe Nairabout. Naerebou. Joe Nairabout. You have 1 minute to claim your quarter, which is a beautiful silver quarter. Joe Nairabout. The name, I've never seen that name before.
Not me either. That's a new one to me.
Joe Nairabout. Oh, there's Joni chiming in. She's so sweet. We love you, Joni. Matt, you not so much you, Matt, but we love Joni. Joe Nairabout. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It sounds Canadian.
Here's my. Let me take a sip of some beverage here.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't even see the broadcast screen. I don't even have to see to know what you're.
Oh, look, it's autographed. I autographed my own.
Yeah, for yourself. What a weirdo. You really do have issues.
This one was going to you, but I didn't like my autograph. You couldn't read it, so I had to do another one for you, Steve.
And I'm so appreciative that you did.
I knew you would be. I know. Nothing but the best.
Santa couldn't have given me a better gift. All right, Joe, you're null and void. As per Detect America rules, we're choosing the next name. And it is.
Somebody said on YouTube.
I got Robert. Wait. No, he wasn't on YouTube. Joe Nairabout was not.
This guy's telling me he's on YouTube. Okay.
Oh, he's on YouTube, but Joe Nairabout was not on YouTube. Robert Stover, because I'm looking at YouTube now. Robert Stover's a YouTube name, so Robert.
Well, Robert Stover's also on Facebook.
But then I put his name in here from YouTube, so he can't be entering twice. So he's got to respond on YouTube in 1 minute. If you don't make it back to YouTube in 1 minute, I don't know what to tell you. But that's where I got the name from, and that's where I'm. You can't come on YouTube and put your name in there and then win on Facebook. Comprende? So that's where I know I got that name from. So
and I just wanted to say, for all the people out there that are breaking my stones about the Eagles losing 2 games. Let me just say
Big
this:
deal.
they have their third string girls team in, guys. I mean,
Big deal.
seriously, let's
Yeah.
let's be real about this.
Well, how can they win any games with the third string girls team?
They're going to the
Because they're
playoffs.
resting. We've already won.
Oh.
We're already in.
All right,
We
so
can
Robert
rest our
Stover.
players now.
Yeah, but they need to clinch it too. They need to get the home team advantage.
Yeah,
Which
I'm glad they didn't win one more.
They
but-
will. They will. They're just getting Jalen Hurts up to 100%. All right, Robert Stover, no response on YouTube, which is where I was taking the response. So if it was on Facebook, that was null and void. I've got YouTube is now null and void. So Robert Stover, I apologize. And boom, next name. Next name. All right, here's another avid viewer, Tom Burt Kingery. Tom,
TBK. Tom
Burt-
was here. Tom was here. I know because he was making fun of me.
well, who doesn't? I want to see one person in that chat well, I know there's only one. There is one person in that chat that won't make fun of you. And she's standing right behind you when she types. So
She already told me she wouldn't make fun of me.
Tom Burt is awesome, and he's here. So Tom Burt Kingery, you're
He's
the
here
winner of that.
now. Oh yeah, he's
Oh.
here.
Oh, and did you say we're doing
A 22 piece.
a peace dollar?
Yep.
Nice. Oh,
Add my name in.
You know, I got to tell you something. I got to throw kudos to my buddy John Migladoff. I got to show. Listen, he got me a coin for my personal collection. And it's kind of funny how it went down because he thought he was being funny by flashing this thing around, and he showed it on Facebook, and I called him and I said, "Are you selling that?" He's like, "Well, I wasn't going to." I was like, "Well, I've been looking for one for my collection for the longest time." He's like, "Damn it, I gotta sell it to you," because he goes, I already have one, so I'll give you this one, and he really went to bat on this. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but this is what's known as a trade dollar.
Trade dollar. Yep.
Yeah, and I really like this coin.
I only have one question for John. John, do they come with that word copy on it, or did you stamp that in yourself?
I'm sorry if you can't see it too well, but
No, I'm familiar with the coin.
yeah, they're beautiful. And I didn't have one. And yeah, he's a stand-up guy, man, and that's why he went there and did that broadcast from his shop. So, John, you just keep doing. You know, anyone. Listen, I don't ask John any questions when I deal with him, man. I really don't. His prices are really good. All right, so for the 22 peace dollar out the door.
So you don't ask him where he gets them from?
What?
Those coins that he's buying.
Oh man, Mr. Apex himself, John White.
John White.
John White.
You can do a video with the Apex and the peace dollar
I
now.
was going to say you can do a field test with it. Oh yeah, so John's also got Roman graded coins coming in. John Migloff. Anyone looking for?
Send me a picture of that, John. I'd like a trade dollar. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'd like a trade dollar too. So
You do know I paid him for it, right?
now, I'm not saying I won't pay him for it.
John
I'm
White.
saying I want one.
Well, he receives compensation from me. Not like what you do with me going, "Oh yeah, I'll send it to you."
John, let's go do a video. You and the Apex.
Well, wait, John White's got to win this coin first, bro. It ain't out the door yet.
No, that's true. Well, he still won the Apex. So I can
Yeah, but I mean, he's only got about 30 seconds left, and I'm not seeing his name. Oh, Tom Davis wants me to respin. Wouldn't he love to win a peace dollar? Wouldn't he love to pay the shipping for a peace dollar?
Listen, it's only about
Dude.
18 bucks.
Dude, did John White leave? I'm down to 10 seconds. Oh my God. What he's gonna be so mad, and then he'll probably be like mad at me. Yeah, dude. I got 30 seconds now. I mean, time's up now. Wow.
That's amazing to me because
Wow.
we got a lot of names. We got a lot of names still here, and they're
And he was here because you were, you
Oh
saw
yeah,
him.
no, he was here. I saw him when he popped in. That's probably why he left. I'm sorry, John.
All right, we're choosing another name. Oh, I would be mad if I missed out on a piece. Oh no, this guy might not be here. Greg Papalo.
Oh,
Greg Papalo. Now
Greg might be working.
he pops in, he pops out while he works, and oh, Greg, 1 minute. What do you say? What do you say, Frank? You think he's here or not? I'm gonna say, it's
I'm
rare.
gonna say no. I'm gonna say
You don't
probably
think so?
not.
And we love Greg Papalo. We know he's an avid viewer of the show, great friend of our show, but he probably went to bed. Yep. So and his wife Maria is all. Oh, he's here!
He's here.
Yes, he's here. I love it. Like out of the shadows, like a
I
Fourth
can
and
see
10.
he's running into the bathroom going, I'm here. I'm here.
There's probably some customer standing there going, What about my
Your
remodel?
paint can wait. You can
Yeah.
wait on your Bear Ultra.
Yeah, I need my paint. Get back here. I was talking to the guy about paint, and he ran away with his phone in his
I
hand.
don't understand. I think he had an emergency. Speaking of which, I gotta go to my Home Depot, my local Home Depot, for some Bear Ultra. The weather's
I
getting-
always go to Home Depot. How about you, Ron?
I have to go to Home Depot.
Shop at Home Depot all the time.
I don't know. We got somebody that visits me occasionally here that is a fan of the Blue Store.
What?
Yeah,
What is that?
exactly.
Walmart.
You always trying me to get to go to the Blue Store. I'm like, how can I go to the Blue Store?
It's close.
How can I possibly go?
It's close.
First of all, let me just say this: Bear Ultra is the best damn
You'll
paint.
get beat up for that.
I love Bear Ultra.
Yes.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there.
What do you get kickback from them guys or what?
In case Lisa wants to send me a case of Bear Ultra and dark charcoal blue.
Dark charcoal.
I know if I was in the market to shop for a Blackstone, I would go to Home Depot and get it. That's all I'm saying. For all my Blackstone needs.
We're not gonna cast aspersions on where my Blackstone was bought and why. I'm very pleased with my Blackstone. Matter of fact,
it wasn't at the Blue Store, was it?
We're gonna do some pork chops on the Blackstone.
I was just going to ask you a question. What have you eaten off of that Blackstone since you've got it?
Blackstone is not even been lit yet. I haven't even seasoned the.
See, a whole week. Then you're not American.
Dude, first of all, we've had 2 days of fog and rain, and I have to have the right meal.
You got a cover out there. It's under a canopy.
Yeah, all the more reason why I can't season it.
Well, what do you care about the rain?
No, I ain't cooking that grill under the canopy.
Why?
I don't know. It's just a little thing called carbon monoxide poisoning. I try not to cook indoors.
It's not indoors. You're out there under your garage.
My carport has a little bump out outside the canopy, so I can actually stand out of the sun and rain.
Well, that's what I did. You just said it out of the rain and cooking. That's what I'm saying. Why haven't you cooked on it? You said it rained.
Well, my grills would still be in the rain. It's been raining. Listen, I'm cooking pork chops on it in the next couple of days.
You know what? I think you should replace me with Tim, because you two ladies would do such a great job on this show.
I'm currently shopping for a Nikon for my bird watching.
Yeah. Why?
Wait a minute, does Nikon even make cameras anymore?
The binoculars at the pull-off rest stop ain't been cutting it.
I need a bigger zoom.
Well, this show rocks.
Those guys aren't what they used to be. We have to zoom in a little closer now.
Let's let everybody go to bed. I'm getting tired. We've been on here an hour and a half. We had one of the greatest guests in the world. Ronnie made it back in time. Next week, we have Mr. Greg Papalo, the 1922 Peace Dollar winner, coming on, who will talk about Florida.
And it's funny though. Every single year, Go back and check every year as we start to get towards the announcement of the FH Hunt. He starts winning. You go back past 2 years, and
That's
right
right.
about the FH Hunt, I start calling him Lucky Papala.
Oh yeah, how about the Christmas show?
Oh my God, that's true. That's true.
He should be.
What did he win that night? Like 9 prizes, like 3 gift certificates. He won every gift certificate that year.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 or something like that. He nailed it. So, well, Ronnie, what do you got to say?
Well, again, another great show. Whenever you get one of the 2 boys on here, it always makes for a good day, good night. I trust everybody had a safe and happy New Year. And
By the way, Tim called in. He said Carlotta was cooking a chicken and he was photographing it in the oven. just letting everybody know where Tim was doing.
So I trust everybody had a safe and happy New Year's, and we're looking forward to 2023. It's going to be another banner year for us here at DA. And, thanks again for watching. We really appreciate it. Without you, we couldn't do this, because I wouldn't want to sit and talk to Frank and Steve if you guys didn't.
No. It's bad enough I got to talk to Frank while we do this show. All right, Ronnie.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
Oh wait, I got to put my cup down.
Jesus. Stop stroking that cup so much. You stroke that cup too much.
It's just that everything tastes so much better coming out of it when my face is on it. What can I tell you? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not the ruler of the environment and the world. It just
Had we determined how long we've been doing this show?
we are
2014.
Detect America Live started in 2000 and the end of 2012.
Yeah.
We
And I
started
know-
doing it full time in 2013, so we are in our 9th year now.
Ugh.
And the love for me just keeps growing.
You do know Johnny Carson retired after a certain point too, right?
Yes, 30 years.
No.
I will be
Guys,
manicuring
again,
it.
He's
Manicuring
going
it tomorrow.
and make some videos.
If I find anything, I will.
And next week you might see me. I don't know what's gonna happen. So
We're
we'll
gonna
find
see
out.
Steve on the radio. Get that link, and we'll post that link. And
Oh, I'll post it all. I just got to find out if what's going on. So
I'll post the link in the 7 o'clock hour. We'll go live in the 8 o'clock hour. And listen, maybe while you're gone, our buddy Brian Monroe will be back. I'll throw him on the screen.
whatever. Maybe I'll just start. You know what? Maybe I'll hook it up with my phone and just start broadcasting from there on the show.
Ask them that. They don't. It's Vineland Radio. They want all the attention they can get.
He told me this was worldwide.
Well,
And
listen. So
I was going to be seen in 7 different countries.
as someone who works on a podcast on the internet, we're worldwide too. It doesn't mean anybody over there on the other side of the world's watching us. It's just if someone in Taipei wanted to tune in tonight, they could, because we're worldwide.
I heard a lot of people from Taipei watch that channel next week.
I have a customer that bought an Ugly Box from Taipei. Thank you.
I asked specifically if people from Taipei would be watching me next week.
Yeah,
And I was
it's
told yes.
funny. When we first started doing this crap, there was an app that used to be out that you could click, and it would take the link of the show, and it would show you not specific addresses, but parts of the country that had actually tuned in. You would be surprised how many people in China
I know.
don't watch us. but
Right.
there's people that you see the blip pop up in weird places that you don't know about.
Next week, I'm going to be all over the country, the world. Taipei Radio, here I come.
There we go.
All right, guys,
Taipei.
take
What
me
up,
out
you
of
Bob?
here.
Sold in Taipei.
Good night. Get me
All
out
right,
of
guys.
here.
We'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.